Orange County, including the city of Orlando, is home to more than 1.4 million residents and welcomes more than 75 million visitors annually, making it the #1 worldwide destination for tourism and travel. But beyond the city beautiful, there are many families in need. Today, 1 in 5 families are living below the household median income, which means they're unable to meet their basic needs. Needs that some of us take for granted, such as housing, transportation, medical, and childcare. United Against Poverty Orlando provides a hand up in the community in order for these families to meet those basic needs. Over the last year, the Orlando campus has experienced a 23% increase of families needing life essential services, with food insecurity being right at the top. With 1 in 6 children across our state currently facing hunger, this is where our member share grocery program makes such a critical impact. By offering low-cost groceries, families are able to save on their monthly budgets. Last year, the member share grocery program served over 7,000 families, and this year, our numbers are trending even higher.
My name is Mandy. I'm originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I moved down here to Orlando in 2013. I used to be a teaching assistant, and I decided after Hurricane Sandy hit to move down to Florida and pursue a job with the theme parks. And everything was going good. I had my job, and then one night I woke up in the worst pain of my life. The boyfriend calls 911. I go to the hospital. They check everything out, and they're like, okay, you have a golf-sized tumor on your ovary. They do a little more testing. It was the size of a grapefruit. If I stayed stubborn the way I was and went to work that day, I would have died about an hour into my shift because that tumor was going to burst. But that was a scary moment for me because I was only 6 months into this brand new job, and I was trying to do everything possible so I could move either up within that job or, transfer to a different part of the company. With Social Security disability and my little part-time 25-hour week job, it's barely enough to live off of. Here at UP, everything is different. They understand the struggle that normal people face. Here, I have the ability to choose what I want to eat and being able to choose fresh vegetables and fresh meat. They treat you like a human. They treat you with dignity. Coming here has actually taught me a little bit about budgeting because they don't hand out, they hand up here. And just to have that little bit of freedom where I don't have to worry about what I'm going to eat the next day it's a game changer. I also utilized the Crisis Center a few times for things like getting my Medicaid renewed once the pandemic hit and it was harder to pick up shifts. They were absolute heroes, and I thank their staff every day for trying to help me through that very tough time in my life. This whole area is in crisis, even though it's pictured to be the most magical place on earth. You look in the shadows of that, there's so many of us who are struggling. You don't need to have that feeling of dread. Because here, I want to build a positive relationship with the community, to show them that this place exists, and this place is here to help you. And there's no shame. Hashtag no shame up.
We've learned over the years that the thousands of families we serve through our membership grocery program may be dealing with other significant barriers in their lives: homelessness, mental health, unemployment, addiction, lack of transportation, and childcare are just a few. That's where our Crisis Stabilization Program comes in. In 2022, our Crisis Stabilization team created personalized care plans for more than 1,300 families and delivered more than 8,000 units of crisis services. Sadly, we're on pace to exceed that number. In many cases, the missing piece to breaking the cycle of poverty is access to resources such as job training and long-term employment opportunities. This is what's made our flagship program, the Success Training Employment Program, or STEP, so impactful. It's what we call our exit strategy, moving them from crisis to economic self-sufficiency.
everything in my life was going crazy. I was empty nesting. I began to find myself grabbing for straws at, like I'm trying to help people. Like I have this motherly thing going on and I just want to help everybody. Been in Orlando for a year now. I came here with $19 on my Cash App. As a real estate agent, I came here thinking, okay, this is Orlando. I'm gonna go and start selling houses and making the big bucks and all of that. I started with my brokerage in October. By December, the reality that that's TV and not real life set in. My first thought process was like, oh my God, what did I do? I did everything right. And now I don't have a job. And I went from living in the shelter, and then I was referred to a program for transitional housing. I continued to search online for jobs. So Wednesday was my interview for this job, and I'm on my way to the interview, and I get a phone call from this lady, and she tells me, oh, well, we decided to just go ahead and remove your things. You can come and pick your things up. I would literally think to myself, am I really gonna be on the street, like homeless? I found up because I was looking for a job. I went to the job fair. They explained so many different things to me, but again, my thought process and my mindset was, I'm about to be homeless. I don't wanna go to a class. I'm not going to a 3-week class. I don't have 3 weeks. This is what I'm telling myself. But I gave it a shot. And when I began to take the knowledge that I learned from that class and just change it around and change my perception on things, it helped me to stop internalizing things. It helped me to be more confident in who I am as a person. I continued to put out in applications, and I got hired on for the job on June the 6th. June the 15th, I moved into my own place. For me, it was a symbol that all things were becoming new in my life.
Since launching STEP, 240 individuals have graduated and gained employment. What makes STEP so unique is that one of our success coaches follows each graduate for up to 3 years, helping them meet their goal of becoming self-sufficient. At United Against Poverty, we've taken the lead to address all issues of poverty with the approach of a hand up, not a hand out. Your support can help us continue delivering these life-changing programs so our Central Florida families can not only survive, but thrive.